Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. This is Lounging with Lisa, the video series that has me lounging while coming at you with thoughts of the day with my delightful morning dew. And also, once again, brought to you by Peace. Yes, sometimes I use the same coffee cup for a couple days. Sue me. Oh my gosh. My hair right now is putting me in the mind of... Do you remember in the 70s that style where the girls, like, put their hair down and then used a curling iron and it flipped it up all along here? That's how mine's going, ladies and gentlemen. It's not planned. Okay. In this video, I thought that I would just sniff and wipe my nose. No, I wanted to tell you some of the interesting terms that over the last, I don't know, that I've known about, of course, but over the last, I don't know, year or so, they've really become prevalent, I guess, in my life. And that I wrote them down. Controlled opposition. Yes, ladies and gentlemen. This is something that, it's a label put on those who, well, they oppose the official governmental story, but they might not bring to light every last detail about what really happened. And so there's a segment of society that claims they are controlled opposition, which I do think is true. I just don't think that if person X isn't talking about every single solitary thing about a specific conspiracy, I don't think that necessarily means they're controlled opposition. For example, evidently Alex Jones, there's a frame of thought, there's a theory that he is controlled opposition because he never takes Israel to task. So even though he screams about this and that and the other conspiracy, he never seems to point out any of their blatant involvement. So controlled opposition. Gatekeeper. This is an interesting one. This is somebody who, I don't know, might be highly intelligent and intellectual, so on and so forth, but they don't tell the truth all the way. Oh my gosh, a daddy long leg. I love daddy long legs. I always rescue them and stuff. Okay. They're super good, super intelligent about subjects, but they don't venture into anything that's so-called conspiratorial. For example, I'll give you examples of these people that are accused of this. Noam Chomsky and Chris Hedges are both accused of being 9/11 gatekeepers. Because even though they're tremendous, they're wonderful, they're intellectually stimulating, they're historically accurate on many levels, they don't venture into that quagmire of, I guess, conspiracies concerning 9/11, for example. And then Neil deGrasse Tyson has been accused of being a UFO gatekeeper. Like, he knows they exist, but he keeps it from the public. That's basically the thing. They keep it from the public. And Bill Maher, he's been accused of gatekeeping for basically, well, a lot of stuff. Okay. Sheepdog. I didn't really know much about this until the last, half a year or so. This is a method that is used by political parties, I think mainly the Democrats, where they try to herd the group, like progressives, back to the Democratic Party, rather than pushing for, an independent party, a third party, something different, a people's party, whatever. They shepherd, like, people back in. Excuse me, Bernie Sanders has been accused of being a sheepdog, shepherding people back to the Democratic Party rather than launching his own or what have you. I do see a lot of truth. Now, I think the Young Turks do that. A lot of people do that. Tom Hartman even. I mean, he's get inside of your Democratic Party and change it. Well, how well has that worked over the years, ladies and gentlemen? As I pointed out before, I'm going to have to clear my throat. Okay. As I pointed out before, back during FDR's reign, Henry Wallace was basically shut out of the party after he had served a term as VP. Some major shenanigans unfolded at, I believe, the 1944 Democratic Convention. He had overwhelming support, I believe 60% of those in attendance or those involved. In the hidden hand, the 1%, whoever runs the show, made sure that Truman got in instead, and he had 3% approval. Of course, he was that delightful man that dropped those hideous bombs on Japan. And, corporate Democrat, I think we all know what that is. These are just things that they seem to be more out in the open lately, like people talk about them that never used to. And deep state. Remember when people talking about the deep state used to be considered to be fringe lunatics with tinfoil hats and all this? What's the purpose of the tinfoil hat? I really don't know. Is it to block people from reading your mind, or what? I never got that part, even though I supposedly wear one. So yeah, the deep state, which is, the actual shadow government, what have you, that's been really discussed on, even corporate talking heads are bloviating about it. So at any rate, I just thought it'd be fun to start the day with some interesting terms, ladies and gentlemen, and my feeble attempt at defining said terms. I guess that's all. It's gonna rain, I think, most of the day. I have to run errands today. I must go get the mail. I ordered some books. I think I told you about that. The Sumerian tablets explained, or what have you. Several books about that. And I have to go to the grocery and down to the local Sheetz. There you have, or as the locals call it, Sheetz's. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, Lounging with Lisa, the video series, and has me lounging while bloviating about terms of endearment.